Welcome back to another weekend recap with Vintage and Collectible Stuff. I'm your host, and this weekend I had the pleasure of picking up some non-sports cards and sports cards, so I'm going to share them with you, and I'm going to start off with a pile that starts with Star Trek. So let's start off with Where No Man Has Gone Before, and that's what that says there in Spanish. This is card number 1, the Spanish version, because they have like Japanese and English and a few, I think probably German. So this, as I said, is the Spanish version of card number 1 for that set from 1992. Then we have the 1992 Columbia House credit card with Star Trek, the original series with Captain Kirk and Spock and Bones. And it's an unsigned credit card for the 25th anniversary celebration. That's pretty neat. And follow that up with the next year's version credit card with the next generation cast on the front, and it's also unsigned on the back. And then I picked up Star Trek as well. I've got 2 of these hologram insert cards. This is the Romulan Warbird, and then I have the Klingon Bird of Prey. So what's actually really good about these 2 holograms is that they're both the error cards. So on the back, they actually have the wrong numbers. See, this one has 033, and it's supposed to actually say something like 03H, and this is supposed to be probably 04H or something. So they're actually worth a little bit more money than the non-error version. So I would be excited to throw these up on eBay and see what I can fetch, probably $4 or $5 versus the $1 or $2 for the proper numbered version. Then we've got the 1992, Skybox Doomsday, The Death of Superman. This is half of the 2-card puzzle, of course, showing the bleeding S for Superman. This is F2, and I've already got a copy of F1, so I'm going to put them both together and sell them as a pair on eBay. So that's kind of neat. And then a Disney movie card. This is from Aladdin, of course, and it's Aladdin and his girlfriend or soon-to-be wife, Jasmine. And this is a 3-card set. This is the second S2, and it's called A Friendship Blossoms. So that's a neat card. That takes care of the first pile. Let's go to the second pile, and hopefully I got these in order because I did have to write down what card was what because they're all kind of different. And the first one is Tartar from 1993 Creators Universe. This is a Chromium, I think that's how they called it, card. It's card number FF2. It's Tartar. I think this is the only card for this character, so that's all right. Then we have this promo card for the comic books Riot Gear, and Riot Gear comics came out in about 1993. So this is a promo card for that series of comics. This is kind of neat. This is from Boris Vallejo. This is 1992 comic images, and this character is called Mercenary, and this is a Prism version of the card. It's card number P3. Pretty sweet looking Prism, I must say. Then we're moving on to, let's see what this one was. This is Skybox 1993 from Marvel Universe. This is a red foil of the character Tiger Wilde. So another sweet looking card with a nice red in the background. I think it's card number 9. So up there. So that's, never heard of Tiger Wilde, but then again, I probably haven't heard of most of these characters, especially when you get into the expanded universe of Marvel. Just like this card, we've got 93 Skybox Marvel Masterpieces. This is a Dyna-Etch version of the character Cerebra from X-Men 2099 or 2099. This is card number S2. Do a little zoom in here so you can see it a bit better. And then not only did I get one, but I got a second one. And this character's name, I think you pronounce it Zayan. And looks like from the Middle East, he's like holding up some sand that's falling through his fingers, or golden sand perhaps. And this is S8 of the series. Then we've got some base cards from the Marvel Masterpieces, and this is Ravage 2099. This is card number 89, is it? No, 44 of that set. Just a random base set. And then there's another character called Vulture. Also picked that up from the Marvel Universe, or Marvel Masterpieces, and this is card 89, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. There it is for Vulture. 1991 Impel Marvel Comics. This is a 5 or 6 card set. This is card number 5. It's the little miniature set's called X-Force, and this card is called X-Force because I'm assuming it's showing you the X-Force team. Turn around to see the back of it. There you see it's number 5. And then, well, I'm not going to read out to you, but there's 5 young superheroes. Cannonball, Boom Boom, Feral, Shatterstar, and Warpath. Makes sense, although there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's also, I guess, Cable and Domino as well. So there's your 7. There's your 7 characters, so that's pretty neat. Wonder when they're going to come out with the movie about them. And then last for the superhero movie, superhero cards is this called Luke Cage from Marvel Comics. This is from 1993. Now get this. The set is called Crunch and Munch. Crunch and Munch. Never heard of that before, but it's a no-numbered version of this card. And that's what it looks like. Okay, so that does it for the non-sports. I'm going to move them aside. I'm going to zoom out a little bit and zoom in then on the sports cards. Nothing really super big here, but let's go through what I picked up from the box I was going through. First off, we got a Drew Bledsoe card from 1993 Collector's Edge. Upper Deck, I believe. The back has nothing. It is a see-through card. When I take it out of the sleeve, you'll be able to, you can see my finger on the other side. It's an Edge FX card. It's P5. It's actually not worth really anything that much, maybe $1. But this card's pretty cool. This is from Upper Deck 1994. It's a Pro Bowl sample card. Because there's the Pro Bowl name. And it's Jerry Rice of the San Francisco 49ers. And what's really cool is the hologram here. And it always looks like his head is turning. He's always looking at you. That's kind of creepy, actually. But, yeah, it's a sample card, as you can see on the back. 1994. Sweet-looking card, though. Then I got some packs, and this is from 1994 Collector's Choice. This is a pack, probably of 8 cards. Yep, 7 cards maybe. 8 cards, because the first one is this Joe Montana Then and Now card. And then we have a Eric Dickerson, Jerome Bettis card. There's a Joe Montana card, a second Joe Montana and Steve Young, Dan Marino, and the last card is another Eric Dickerson checklist. So I'm probably going to crack this open and sell them individually versus as a pack. Probably get more bang for my buck if I do that, because some people might not want to have all these other cards, but they might want, let's say, the Joe Montana number 3 card. So I'm going to sell them individually. And then I've got 1995 Upper Deck Predictors sealed. So this is a 20 card set. This pack has 10. This is a duplicate pack with another same 10 cards. And then the one with Barry Sanders on has the last 10 cards. So let's just read out some of the names on here. So card number 1, as you can see, is Dan Marino. Then there's Young, Bledsoe, Aikman, Elway, Favre, Stan Humphries. I've never heard of him, or Jeff George. I'm assuming they're probably Hall of Famers, and Jerry Collins and Jim Harbaugh. Those are the last cards. Obviously, the first 6 are Hall of Famers. So again, I'm going to crack this open and sell them individually. And then in the Barry Sanders pack, we take a look at the checklist. We've got Emmitt Smith and Marshall Faulk and Curtis Martin. So I know there's some obviously Hall of Famers in here. I don't know if they're all Hall of Famers because some of the names I don't recognize. Doesn't mean they're not Hall of Famers because I'm not a big football follower. All right, and then last but not least, I picked up these cards off of Facebook Marketplace. The first one is a 1963 Joe Torre. It's a second-year card of his. It's a really good shape, I think. Look at the centering. It's not spot on, but it's really good left to right. And, of course, you can't tell top to bottom, but look at the corners. Corners are pretty good. For this card that is, 61 years old? And there's the reverse. So, nice condition card. And then, how about this 1962 Eddie Matthews card? This is also in pretty good condition. Nice corners, top and bottom. It's off-centered, but I'm not too worried about that. It's more about the condition of the surface and the edges. Edges look great. And then the back. Let's turn it right side up. So those 2 cards are going to go straight into my personal collection. Gonna maybe try to work on collecting this set. I've got an inside conversation going with someone who's selling not a complete set, but certainly a few hundred cards from this. So maybe one day I'll do a video if I pick them up. Okay, this is the last video until I go to Cleveland this weekend coming up for the National Sports Card Convention. I'm going to hopefully buy some more rookie cards and finish off some sets. But I want to thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and to like the video. And I'll do a recap on the Sports Card Convention in about 10 days' time. Thanks all for watching. Have yourself a great week.